Hello and welcome. My name is Savo from Munich, Germany, and today it's the second episode of Microscale in 90 minutes. If you watched the first episode, you may already get the concept of this series, but quick reminder, I tried to build a Lego Microscale in 90 minutes without knowing actually what I built. I will pick a random from list and I try to explain all my thoughts. And at the moment, you see what we are building this evening. I don't know it. I will pick a random from a list. You see that. I will edit that in. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to the random picker. And I got some things that relatives and friends got to me. So yeah, I will pick a random and we are gonna build a moon scene today. Okay, so let's head back to studio. And as with most things, I try to get at 16 by 16 because that's probably enough for 90 minutes scene. And I'm just picking my base plate here, and yeah, I'm going for dark bluish gray, and we are gonna use a lot of dark bluish gray, black, because it's on the moon. So my thought process actually is to get the scene in what I imagine the moon to be. So what do I think of having kind of a round shape here that is a crater and elevate this by, let's say, 4 or 5. So yeah, that should work. So kind of have a plateau here or an elevated part, and then go down here to have a natural I know I use that a lot, organic natural feeling going on. So as we have like a circle here, let's quickly lay that out. And so I'm trying to have like a base, a moon landing scene, or anything that comes to mind now, going on here in the back, and then have the elevated part. And no worries, we will, let's try it like this. We will make that organic in a moment. I'm just trying to wrap my head around how the layout will work. So yeah, let's do it like this. If you hit Control, if you range select and hit Control, you are subtracting from the selection, and now you could copy that, or you could move that. I will not so much go into the detail of Studio. If I do something weird, maybe I will explain it, but yeah, you get the concept. So in order to have like elevation, there are a few choices right now. Maybe I will to speed things up in the first place, and to have kind of a natural looking stuff, I will go with slopes. And I should point that, yeah, slope. And I will use the flattest I can get at the moment in 3. I will perhaps use this for a starter. And go up here, I guess, so that this kind of marks the very bottom of the crater, so to say, and we will shift them over so it will not be like a 4x4 square. But yeah, I think this is working for me right now. And I know already by using this brick high slopes, I will have to elevate that a lot. So that's why I chose 4 here, I guess. I did that. I didn't give much. I should choose 4. So I should shift that back. And the reason for that is now that I can use plates 4x8 or 4x16, but 2 times 4x8 to elevate the whole scene here, and then just mask off the stuff on the back and here. So as I said, if you want to order what we built, or if you build like that, you will spend at least the amount of real design building time in refactoring for order Bricklink. But whatever, that's not part of our thought process here, because we want to design and have fun. And I will just kind of have a natural crater here like this, and we will see. Perhaps it doesn't work out. So the problem is here. Okay, let's have it like this. Let's see if there's this slope. Does this work actually? Yeah, it works. So having a real round crater is, at least in Microscale, it's not so much feasible, and perhaps not feasible for 90 minutes. But yeah, let's try this one. And we can always shift that afterwards. So I'm hitting F key to have this as a new origin for my rotation, so I can rotate now around the scene. And yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Perhaps have it like, I don't know, this. And as I see now, I'm a brick high here. Brick high, so 3 plates. And I should already introduce a new kind of slope. The 2, I guess it's 33, I don't know, 45, yes. Okay. So I'm getting rid of this one and introducing this to have, and I'm also doing it here. And now, yeah, that's fine. And I'm using a contrast color here, white in this case. And I will explain later why you should, if you use white, if you use white as I do, you should at some point, yeah, if you have that as your standard color here, you can choose it here. Then you should at some point color it in and then use it as kind of a selector or something. But we will get to that. So yeah, we want to get here. So I think I will just try to get this here, and you see that we are at the moment building up kind of the idea of a crater. I know it's not perfect, and we will get a lot of details in there, but we are doing fine so far. So I'm just copying over bricks to have a different. And now we run into kind of a problem. I don't know. You see here. Oh, yeah. You see here I'm kind of breaking the angle here. So I need to. Now I'm searching. There's a 45 slope too. So we're using that. And you see it's not. Yeah, it's like this. It's optimal. So we are continuing the edge here. That's fine for a microscale build. And let's break the edge here and copy that over, I guess. So we are having a double now. And this is my initial, I will not do this in this tutorial, but usually you would have that as a 2 33 and not 3 ones, but you get the idea. So or this is 4 by 3. And we try to hit that edge because here we want some plate elevation to happen. And I guess so the distance from here to here is 3. And here it is, yeah, it's, so maybe I will shift over that. So if you want to have like this, I can range select, deselect the base plate and then shift it over by 1 and that also. So by this I'm having the 3 distance to hit the plate here also. And here it's natural, I will not hit the plate. But then again, I could, as I have to do anyways, I have to have like a underlying structure here. And now that I know I'm gonna hit that one, I'm deleting this and get a brick. And I know we will not change that anymore, so I'm using like a brick 6 perhaps, and get that over here. And then use a brick 3 here, and then just copy them. I rotate them to have like interlocking structure, and then as you see we hit that. And also here you would have like a 2 to interconnect them, but I'm not covering this. Brick 2 to fill up here. And that's fine for that. And now you see what I'm aiming for. I'm using a lot of white here to have the shadows and everything, but you get the idea of the crater. And yeah, we're trying to get the elevation done. Here I have the problem that some thing is looking through. So I'm changing that to cover up that hole and then copy the 3 again. Should I do that or? Yeah, why not? So we have to have something here to underlie, and I'm just copying over. It's, you get the idea. The sense here is not to have that structurally integral because I know it works. It will just take some refactoring. And also here, I guess I will have like a plateau here, a little one, the first one, to at some point have like a building here or extension for some drilling or boring, or yeah, you get the idea. And that means I'm underlying this. Let's do it like this. And I'm using brick 4, I guess, just a normal one. And I'm building that. And as you see, I'm using a lot of white here. And you will see in a minute why at the moment to have some contrast. And to then range select with color filter and have them all. So usually you would like have that one also having a structure and fortified, but you get the idea. So yeah, let's just build, I guess, this like this. And now you see why I always use like a bright color, red color, or to know where I want to be at some point. So, and also here I try to hit the plate row here, and let's break it like this. No, okay, let's repeat the process from the other side. Just have, are they fitting here? Yes, I guess. So I'm C to copy. And then as you see, I'm now having the brick in the middle, and it's kind of, it's like grabbing the brick in the middle. So if I let go of them and select them and then start dragging here, my handle is there, and it's much easier for me, or at least at some point easier, to snap them. And at this moment, I realize maybe it's one block, 4 here. Let's try to stick this. Yeah, there it is. And then the second, it's a 4x1, perhaps. I deleted that, but whatever. Brick 4-1. Let's have it like this, perfect. And then copy over some, I know I used it here, copy some 2 block here, save that, and yeah, we're doing pretty good, I guess. And let's copy that and then break that edge. Yeah, like this. It's fine. Okay, and then the same process here. I hit the S key here to escape key to if I got some stuck at the base plate. So, and I can now copy over that, I guess. And yeah, and we just have to take care of this. We could probably get away with doing a 3x3. So like this, and then a brick 3. Or what would be smart is using a 4x4, because I know I want to have some structure for the plates here. And we could repeat this process all over. So I want to have something. It will make sense in a minute. So I'm deleting this and also this, and I'm using brick 3 here. And I'm trying to get a structure for the plates that will come. And I'm using brick 6. And also here I can copy that over. Rotate it to have some structure. And can I snap it here? No, it's already, okay. That's, so we're 2 bricks high, and I'm copying that and shifting that here, I guess. Oh, I missed one, but that's no problem. Okay, and I'm just using this. So the reason I did this is to have the 4x8 or 16 plates having something to rest here, so I don't have to build that. And I'm trying to get perhaps this here again. So we're using brick 4. And I rotate that and have that here. So yeah, and I'm copying this over. I'm hitting the wrong keys today, I don't know. I have that here. And yeah, now it's perhaps like this. And also this, I don't know. Let's do it afterwards. And also here, and again, I'm not doing this. You would need, or you would build naturally some structure below that. in digital, it doesn't at this point matter, but if you want to build it or order it or something, you would do it, but it comes naturally. And eventually we will cover the sides here. And maybe, yeah, it's working. And yeah, that looks pretty good. So I set brick 8 by 1. Because we're on a 16 by 16 plate, we can use 2 of those. And then at this side, we will have to split naturally 4 and 3. So brick 4 and 3. And in the first tutorial, I tried to use the recent parts, but I realized I'm never using the recent parts. I'm just typing everything in like a lunatic. And I try not too much to think about the workflow here. I'm just having a kind of design flow or something, but at this point, typing the brick, yeah, then so be it. That looks good, I guess. And at this point, I guess we will already elevate this by 1 brick. I'm just copying it over for time's sake here. It's like this. Okay, and now I have to cover the inside. That's 4, 8. It's not even, so I'm just using 1, 8. And a 3 and a 2 here. And here I'm using a lot of white color here. I should mitigate this very soon, so that's on a next task, so to say. And using 1 for here. I don't know if I used that. Here, yes. Okay. And now I'll save it, fill in the holes, and then change the color. So I need the brick 1, filling up the holes. Okay, that's kind of a crater. I could fill up the holes here. So it's a 3 and a 2. And if we have time at the end, we will add some detail perhaps to the side so it looks like a crosscut or something. But we are trying to get design here. And I could use this. And then I have that covered. I know it's 2 bricks, but yeah, I will not repeat myself. So now we got a lot of white brick slopes, everything. What I use now is select by color, and I'm using the white color. And I could do a group now. That would be smart because afterwards I would have to select, and I'm now changing the white color. So I'm not having any filter from this. So I'm just going for a submodel, and I don't know if I will use that, but I'm using, like base crater or something. I don't know. So yeah. And now I have everything here selected by 1 click. And I use V key to get back to the normal selector, so I don't have to click here again. And I'm using light bluish gray. That didn't, yeah, now it worked. And at the moment, that's fine for me. It's looking good. It's looking fine, and yeah, we will in the next step now have the plates here. Why not? So we have kind of a base to build some kind of scenery. So we are on 16 by 16, so we're using two 8 by 8s. And I don't know what will happen back here. So I'm using a 4 by 4. And 60 minus 4 is 12. So that's plate 6 times 2. And here also. So that's a smart way to cover up this, I think. And I'm using gray again. And now you see there's some unnatural looking edge here, and I will quickly just mitigate this by introducing, and I'm now already choosing light bluish gray for the first thing, and then I'm trying to break up the edge here. Perhaps like this, that looks. Yeah. I guess that's fine for now. It just doesn't look that unnatural to the eye. So naturally, back here we would need some more organic, like craters and sand and so, or like dunes, but we will do that later when we know where our scene is. So yeah, speaking of which, what is our scene? I watched a series, like I watched Expanse and a lot of other space movies where they like colonize the moon, or The Martian comes to mind. So I want to have kind of a like a living complex, and then some kind of technical research facility, something like that, with like a boring or something. And then that would be natural to have that here, because we have space here, we have estate here to build, like supporting structure or something, and then have something in the car section or some spaceship of some kind here. So that's like, yeah, my idea now. So a base. Yeah, let's try that. So I think I will go with the living first. So I said The Martian, and I think it's on it's on Mars, but like a orange color would do great here as a contrast color, because it contrasts very much with the moon gray deserted color. So yeah, and I don't know, I'm searching for, there's a round slope now. Slope round, no. Is it like this one brick round? No. We will use those. Yeah, that's great. I'm just putting that here. It's because then I want to come back. I'm just like gathering. If you would imagine you wouldn't build digital, those videos are also usable if you don't build digital. You would browse through your box and then have something say, hey, I could use that in that context. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm searching maybe the high one. I'm searching for another. It's like a round slope or something. I know it didn't yield. Curved, slope curved. Yeah, that's what I searched for. So that is, it looks like a tent or something, and very small tent, and I just will use it. Let's do it in orange so I see it better. Maybe we will change back then, but or later. But in the moment, I'm using orange to see it. Yeah, and that's already great, I guess. And let's do that one more and then have some. Yeah, we could also use a plate 4. And it doesn't snap now, it does. Make that orange and elevate that and have that. Yeah, it's looking great. And we need all kinds of detail later, but just to lay it out and maybe have that one more and it goes down like that, or have a sloped, and I'm just building along. I'm just thinking of how it would or could look, and maybe have kind of a chimney or something. I'm using brick round. I'm trying to I don't know which one is available in orange in Lego, but you get the idea. And yeah, that's too big, I guess. Perhaps here. Let's delete one here and have it like this. Let's try it. I guess 2 is too high, but let's try it like this. And I might delete that later. I don't know. And yeah, it's looking fine. We have some kind of connecting tunnel here. So, or some hoses, some pipes going there. Some tubing here or something. It's, yeah. Maybe I should come back to this later and get some, mining done here, because that's, if you get lost at a section, you don't know how to advance, just go to another section or refine something, or, yeah. And I'm using perhaps a plate 4 here. And what I want to build now is kind of a complex that's elevated on one side and kind of a plateau, and here the boring or the mining happens. So I'll shift that over by 1. And maybe for selection have our backup parts some bright green color, just so we know that those are backup parts and they're not falling into the filter. So how would I have boring happening or mining or something? Here there should be like a drill or something. So let's have brick around here. And yeah, that's, I know it's a rocket tail, but can we have that here? Not exactly. Interesting. So maybe it's a rotation thing, but I will just use a and it looks, maybe we should rotate that later and try to get it with a snot technique, but for the sake of it at the moment, I guess that's looking pretty good. We're too high here. Yeah, then let's shift that back and switch those 2 parts. Yeah, and then we have the space to move that one forward, I guess. No, don't we have that? Oh. Yes, we have it. And you see we're on one line here at the moment, and I'm just trying to have something here. It's, I don't know what exactly we are coming up with. because we are time constrained. And let's try it like this. It's 1/8. Fine. Fine. And then is that 1 brick high? It should be. So let's just try that out quickly. Yeah, it's 1 brick high, so that is nice. It's like a fence post or something. Is it? I guess it's 4 high. It's even higher. It's 5 high. Okay. We have those. Those are nice. Yeah, they fit right under it, and I'm using it because it adds detail and it saves for me at the moment a lot of time. And we have some round. We have that already here. So maybe, yeah, I do not get rid of it. I'm connecting. So if you think of that, the workers are going to the scientists are going to their daily routine in grinding Excel, but yeah, just in space and not at home. So, and let's connect those with plates for the sake of it at the moment. And yeah, it's pretty good. And now we have like drilling happening here, and we could use just in the middle, rotate it, so it has kind of this machine look, like a structure going on, and then have like a giant excavating wheel here. So yeah, that's good. We're using a Technic wheel, not a wheel, cog. Let's use that here. I'm going up with do I have that? A 4 brick here. And what I want to do is have like a Technic, the big one, connected to a Technic brick, and I'm using this one, and you will see what I'm heading for in a minute. And I'm using a Technic pin axle. Is it? I don't know. Yeah, it's a Technic pin axle. And now Technic pin, is it cog? No. I'm now trying to search. So I don't know what they are saved. A gear. Okay. I was mistaken. It's gear. And I'm trying for the one I had as a kid, and I guess it's still around. A lot of these gears changed, but this one, I had one of those as a child. Why is it red in the middle? No, it's not the one I had as a child. I had one of those, and it was so special. Yeah, that was it. And I want to have this giant excavator. So yeah, I know now I'm going too high, so I can go down here, and it already looks very tacky. Or I don't know how's the. So let's have that like in black, perhaps. It's pretty fancy. I'm keeping with black at the moment. So maybe have this in yellow at the moment. It's okay. And I'm having that here. The question is now, how do I use that parts, that structure? I will introduce at least with a brick 1 modified. A kind of detail. Because from one side I got this massive gear rack going here. And at this side I don't have that much detail. So I'm trying to have like tile 2. And then color them in some space, not necessarily like translucent blue, but some space glass color I had yet to come up with. And I'm using black here to have like this underlying structure. And maybe I do not need... Oh yeah, I can get rid of those. And we have some space to have some support structure or something. Let's have a look at what brick 2 modified has. And I'm just, as you see, I'm just adding some random detail. In macro and higher scale or minifig scale, even it doesn't make sense. But in mini scale and nano scale, yeah, you got detail here, and we are time constrained. So as this one, yeah, it's okay. It's fine. And maybe we have some... Let's have some random... let's have a 3, brick 3. Does that work? Brick 2. Yes. Let's have a brick 2. I know I used here, but it's now hidden. Let's lose the brick 2 here. And also here, I don't know. I skipped that one. Let's use a Technic brick in 1 to have this one. And then just use that one here. So we have some detail. And then use a half Technic pin. Is it called half or 1/2? Yeah, it's 1/2. And have that in here. I'll rotate that. And at this point, I need to recolor because I'm getting lost in the white here. So yeah, let's do that. I postponed that several times already in my head. So yeah. And let's go at the moment for some classic white, black, yellow and black. And at this point, we will eventually come back when we laid out the scene and have that all recolored. But just for the moment, so this is the underlying structure. So I imagine that would be also black. And at this point, this can be white because it's kind of a, I don't know, some office containers or something. And it's also with the windows here, perhaps. Let's have that at white. And we have that on top. We will add detail here later. So those I said will be some space color, whatever that means. I'm trying like a neon, trans neon yellow. Does that work? We will see in a render, but for the moment it's fine. And that's like, the control room of this giant mining stuff. If it makes sense. So let's use panels here. To relatively quickly cover up that, because at the moment I don't have that much ideas as to what we could have here. And let's just have that also black or white. White was nice. So that's the first time I'm using white as a design color. So yeah, I have to remember that if I select all by white or something as I did before. Yeah, let's get back to it perhaps later. But then we got other stuff to do. So yeah. Let's use an antenna here perhaps. And it's not fitting here, but it might fit here on the top, because usually an antenna is at the topmost. And I'm not liking it in black here. I already recognized. So let's do it in a gray. And I'm also not liking that it's... Oh, I don't... R? Ah, yeah, okay. I'm in a submodel now. And I'm rotating the whole submodel, but I don't know why. It tries to rotate everything, and I just want to rotate this one. So for the sake of it, I'm leaving as... I could add that to a submodel. I don't know. You have it like this, like a metal, but then it's like the ground. I don't know. Let's have it like this. And cover this up with white to have like a roof structure. We could, if I say roof, we could have like some detail by using a tile modified grill. This one? Yeah. Oh, it's pretty nice. Let's see it like... I don't know. I'm getting lost in the colors already. Let's do it like this. It's okay. Perhaps have it white down here. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay. And now that's where I left off. I got my half pin here. I guess they are only available in gray, but this is digital building. Normally you see I got some exclamation marks here, and what that means is the color is not available from Lego. So usually I would have to recolor this. I know I will do eventually, and there's also an option to fix them called color validator, but this is just for designing. And the parts are available, and you can always have other color choose or choices. And what I try to do here is, Studio is not great with bended, flexible parts, but for the time's sake, I will just add like an antenna, perhaps. And then see the 4 one is, yeah, it's fine. And at this point, I have something, perhaps also have it in black or in orange, yellow. Let's have it in yellow. And I have something to attach here, like a clip or some random stuff. But it's fine. And I will only have one antenna here, I guess, and use a slope, the one that has like that one. And that gives some more random detail. Yeah. With black leather, is there another one? Because now the white doesn't fit. And I know you could always edit those in part editor, but let's have it like this. And if you would now need to change this, I think you would use part editor at this point, or you use, I will show it because I guess we got time for this, because you use the base. And now I'm going to black here, and on the right bottom there's find compatible bricks, and there's only one thing that fits in, and it's the antenna. Now you get two separate parts, and I could like do this in dark gray, or let's do the yellow from the top, and then have that rotate by, let's say, whatever, like this. Yeah. Okay, but we have pretty much to build. We're at, I guess, around halftime at the moment. So we did great advance. And let's have a moon base with this stuff. Some random docking bay or something here. So it's connected by these ominous tunnels. I don't know what purpose they serve, but yeah. And let's see. I play a board game with my wife called Underwater Cities a lot, and that's exactly just you build domes, and that's what I'm reminded of at the moment. I will keep with this flow of just having like domes here, which represent some kind of whatever. And we will add some detail here. So let's do this also in this, I call it space yellow, but I'm not sure it fits here. Let's do like a green or blue trans yellow. Is there kind of a neon? I know from the olden times there's neon, trans neon green. That's the classic space color. I don't want to go with that because trans bright green? No, that's not. Perhaps that, yeah, perhaps that works. I don't know. That's 1 second. I will really try to render this at a very low resolution just to see what the color will look like. And I'm not rendering animation here, sorry, photoreal. And let's just see that. I will come back. So back with the render, and it looks okay for maybe one dome, but it looks like jelly or something. So I will color this in gray and then have like plate around 2. Here is it. And I will just elevate that by 2 plates. And I don't know, maybe I will recolor from the bright orange to have it more like an industrial look, but at the moment that's fine. And let's do that also with dark bluish gray. So I lost my selection here. And okay, and those are the domes. Let's have them shifted because I want that kind of a corridor style. And I don't know if there's a plate 3 round. Let's find it out real quick. There's the round one. Okay, perhaps let's go with this one for detail. And we will eventually stack up this dome on top and have some just random plate round 1 here. To have in Microscale you have as much detail and you are never done with that stuff. And you look at some build you did some while ago and said, oh, why didn't I use that? Because you're all looking at other people's work, which is great. I am active in the group, Facebook group, Microscale Go at the moment. And there are so many builds that I really enjoy looking at, and always some kind of technique gets stuck or say, hey, that's great how you used part number for this and that reason. It's really, really cool. And at this point, let's have like an overhang here. Perhaps. Let's try it out, what it looks like. And yeah, I get carried away by this section already. So those studs up here are perfect for having antennas, or let's do like a radar dish. We don't have a big radar dish and we need that to communicate with the Earth. So let's do a radar dish. How do we do that? Let's get a dish first. And 2x2 is really huge, or it's large in Microscale, but let's do a 3x3 dish. That's a very big one. And now how do we like angle it? I don't know. Let's have some possibilities here. We want to go that off here, so let's have a clip and then something to attach it. A clip 1, or maybe, yeah, this perhaps is the way to go. So we elevate that with some, we will have it here, I guess, or here. Let's have it here because here it's perhaps too packed and we want to have other stuff in here. So this is the perfect location. And just try out what happens if I rotate it and then have, is it a plate modified? I could use find compatible, but on the other hand, everything clippy is compatible with it. So yeah, maybe I should use it on the other hand. Perhaps I want this in here. It is. Yeah. No. I want to use, can I already attach it? Yes, yes, yes. And that's probably at the moment, maybe there's a smarter way to have it. But that's, for me at least at the moment, the cheapest way, so to say, to get away with it. And let's have it kind of a contrast to the gray, and oh, maybe it's black there. Or at this part, it can already be white. Yeah. And then let's quickly group that together. Control G and name that set dish, and maybe have like a pole in the middle, and I'm using a bar 3L for that. It sticks in there. And does it make sense for it to be a light? Yeah. And you could always attach some kind of a, I don't know what's the transponder. Is it transponder? I don't know. Plate 1 mod, and have something like like this going on here. It makes sense. I don't know. Yeah, you could use it. I will not use it here, but yeah, makes sense. And now this is the whole model, so I can just rotate it around to have it kind of go off in a angle so it doesn't look too... Yeah, that's the base. And here we have some small antennas, perhaps, going on here, just the one. And maybe just... I'll just use the dome here. That looks nice. Yeah, it's fine. And there's some kind of bioreactor, some kind of... I don't know. Let's check out. I'm using F. Is it hollow? Yeah, so if it is hollow, we can pack some... Yeah, I said bioreactor, so... And I see I have a place to put something in here. Let's use a plant stem. Yeah, does it fit? No, it's too big. There's another one, but let's see for plant. It's very small and has two, like, not petals, but twig. Is it twig? Yeah, it's twig. Okay. And that should fit in here. And I'm using green here. And let's make kind of one plant that powers everything. I don't know if that makes sense, but it kind of indicates it. So I'm using plate round. And let's see if that even fits in the modified one. And have that also green. Or some kind of brown, dark brown. Let's have it like a dark brown. And it doesn't fit in here. So forget what I said. Just get that here. And it should fit. I got no collision. Let's verify that. Yeah, it's way smaller than. And also let's angle this so it's not that uniform. Okay. So we have a kind of a really huge plant in a bioreactor because that's how we do. And I will add something here, some detail. It does actually look like some kind of telescope, right? Like the dome of a telescope. Okay, cool. And it's... Yeah, that is nice. Okay. I don't know at the moment where, if we should have some kind of vehicles, and it's also I didn't intend it, but it's great that we have like 6x4 to build different modules. So we kind of had that 6, 6. This is together 6 and 4, and here are the 6 for... Yeah, kind of a docking bay or something. I don't know. So what we have to lay out now is either getting more detail in here or have kind of a spaceship here. I would go the first option and not rush it, because we got at least half an hour time to fit in the 90 minutes. So let's detail this excavator here, because it dominates the scene and it's needing some work, I guess, at least. And does it make sense? No. Perhaps I should rotate. And I'm getting rid now of the group here. you see I got this group together, and I go right click release. As I said earlier, maybe I will release that, and now I can just rotate. Normally, if you got time and you would eventually have submodels, or not everything in one group, right? So let's just add some detail here. Perhaps use one of those and then recolor it. Does it make sense, or is it? Yeah, it makes sense, I guess. Just to have some kind of structure here, not everything just bricks. And also the second one doesn't make sense to have this structure, at least. So I messed up here, I guess. What is wrong here? I know. The stem. So it's if it's gray like this, it shows a collision. You might already know that, and I can't place it here. I can force place it by using the spacebar, and it places it, but it shows that it has some kind of collision, and that's the plant stem I pushed into hardly here into the plate. So I'm using the T key and trying to resolve this collision. And it should work. And also here, I don't have a collision, so that's perfect. And just by pushing it in, I created that. So yeah, it's fine. And let's have some kind of, let's have an elevator here. So I'm using a kind of like a vertical element I can come up with. Is a fence pole, I guess it's called. Is it? Is it skeleton leg? No, it's like fence. The skeleton leg, and maybe it works here because it has like a pipe structure. Yeah, but maybe that's often with these designs. So the first idea you have in mind is not necessarily the worst. So, and then have that. I know it's not available in real Lego, but for the design sake of it, we will have that like a glass use. But I know it would be only available in white as the skeleton leg, but it also looks good in white. So for design and for designing, I can change it perhaps like this. And perhaps let's rotate this. So you have like something to attach here, and let's get a slope. So it's kind of ramp situation here, and let's use a blade 3, not 33. 3 is enough, and have that in yellow, and just have that copied over, and have that copied over, and then we would need something here. Does this look right? I know there's slope that could like make a little hut here. That's perfect. I don't know. Yeah, that's just some random machinery going on here. Up there. And also here, I don't... Yeah, let's make everything black here. Doesn't fit in the hard industrial look. And what do we need here? Some maybe kind of like a lamp, really bright lamp going down. That would make sense. So how would we do that? Plate modified round. I'm thinking of kind of a arm mechanism going down there. So there's like a round plate that clips into stuff. So if I don't know, I could always go to find compatible bricks. This one. I need this one. And I can attach it here. And then have a clip arm. It's called clip arm. It's an arm skeleton. We're using a lot of skeletons here, but I guess it will work in having kind of a lamp. And I'm just copying this one over again, rotating like this. And have some, it could be anything like camera or something. And let's have a plate, tile round. Awesome. It's, okay. Perfect. It's also kind of a mechanism. Usually I would use 2 here. Is it available in black? Black skeleton? It's available in black. Great. Okay, so we're going, because this stuff can always be like mitigated. So I will show you that you go to color validator and it shows you everything that you used in your build that is not available in real life, and you can always fix it, because using this one in yellow is not crucial to our build. I'll use it in black and it's removed from this. It's okay. So back to step list, and this will also not be available in this color. So it's available in yellow. So let's use it. And also here in black, I don't know if this is the right way to go with double. I just did that when I started the build some minutes ago. And let's have that very thin, and I could use a cone for that, and have that also in black. And it's looking like a mining situation here. And I don't even know if we need the real connection back there. Maybe have something that resembles ore here. So I know there's like crystal from Rock Raiders. Yeah, that one. And let's just have random crystals over here. So they are like mined or something. And have them... Here you have the option to only show available colors somewhere. I don't know where exactly. Let's see. Filters on available colors in Bricklink. And then with a rare part like this, I will see the pricing tag here. But Chrome, I will go for some transparent. Bright green, that's the... I don't know what you would mine on the moon, because I've never been there. Let's let's use bright green. It's not neon green, but it looks, it doesn't look like I want to have it in this color. So is there like a gray, flat silver? Yeah, we're using this to mine like something we could imagine that humankind would mine on the moon. And that's perfectly fine. So some kind of rare earth or magnets or something. And that's fine for me at the moment. And also here you could, just for this, I don't know if, is it possible to have it like, I'm thinking of a plant stem here. To have like, no, it doesn't fit in here, or does it? That would be even more. Can I fit it directly in it? Let's find out. This one. The 3 part is enough, I guess, and I need to... Oh, it's getting me mad. I want to have it at an angle so it snaps. So I'm force placing it, and I see it's intersecting with... So this is kind of a... Let's see, like a laser scanner or something. I'm getting carried away, but nah, it doesn't look like it. I got carried away, I admit it. And yeah, I will probably just get my... but that's what this series is all about also. I don't want to hide that you redo a lot and you get lost in ideas, and then you at some point see that they don't work out and you just ditch them, or you try, usually when you're on your own and you got some free time, then you will probably get through with the idea and try to make it or change a lot of tiles. But yeah, we have to advance here. And at this point, it's fine for me here. The boring is going on, so I will advance to some kind of spaceship here. So we need maybe a small car or some carts going on there, and I always want to use a roller skate minifigure utensil. And that's great for making hoses. I didn't search that. Is it skate? Skate. Here it is. And that makes great little cars on the Jeep. And we're just letting them sit here, because I imagine if humans would make a base on some other planet, there would be a lot of cars involved. And yeah, let's have like a modified one here at some point. Nah, it's too big. Perhaps this. Sort of a carrier. Yeah, and it just adds to the scene. It adds detail. And let's add, you know, they have like little notch here. So you have, if you build a double one, you have to rotate them in order to get a tile in there, like a tile 3 in this case. and it's kind of a super big. Let's even go with a plate 3 in the middle. And have that really big transportation device here, whatever it is. Maybe it's kind of a train? Well, it looks like a train. Yeah, whatever. I would get carried away with in a second to use that as a train. But yeah, and I found the utensil here. So maybe this one, we don't need that because we already got this arm going on here. And I'm just checking if this could fit in here to make a kind of random piping going on. And I will just check if it does fit. It doesn't. Does it? Yeah, it does. So that's some kind of minifigure roller plate or something. Sorry, paint roller. And at this point, I'm using a Technic pin back here, but the normal length, because that was a half one, and I'm using a normal one to kind of connect, if I can do that, to the piping here. It doesn't snap. I don't know if it doesn't snap because it doesn't work, or to my feeling it should work. Okay. It should work if I just have them together and then try to find an angle here, and that's where the space key comes in handy, because I can force that and then just select the paint roller and try to get some position where it works out. But there's none. Okay, I'm getting, as I said numerous times, in a normal build, I would now spend the time. But for the sake of this tutorial, it's fine. Okay. And that's how you would have like some random pipes, perhaps. Have them somewhere around here. Get rid of the car. I don't know if it works out, but it's a little bit too long for that, so maybe get it. Yeah, like this. Why not? It's not connected, but it doesn't matter. We have that mining cart over here, and we will rotate those around. This one. Okay, perfect. And now we got about 20 minutes or something left for kind of a space, ship, space, whatever. For the sake of the time, I maybe will just extend it, because then we have time left to get to the bottom and do some touch-ups. Usually, I would do a spaceship here, but as just said, let's copy stuff over, because I don't want to get lost in the end and rush the detailing, because that's in small scenes, it's a lot of stuff has to be detailed, and just get that over and maybe have, why not, one of those over here. And it's like this. maybe, I know we used at least one. Did I get rid of it? Yes. Brick round. And there's also a cone. That's what I'm searching for. A cone to mimic some kind of, yeah, some kind of refinery perhaps going on, or at least some chimneys going up here. And let's have them at the dark gray, and maybe the middle one is black. And this one is also black. So that's great. And we're just adding detail at this point. Having this in gray also, perhaps not at the front, so I will shift those over, get rid at least, or move it, have this one, and maybe have the refinery here. That's fine. And here, so the we can clone this perhaps. So the ore gets refined, crushed here, excavated, and then at some point it gets refined here. That's fine for me. That's refined for me. And let's have the last layer, perhaps some random rock layer going on here. In dark bluish gray, because that's our base plate, and have that filled in with light gray, and then just, I don't know, does it make sense? Yeah, it does. Just introduce, I'm not tiling up everything in this, but just so it looks a bit. So I got half of a stud different. Yeah. Maybe also have this one going over here. Okay. So it's giving some depth here, and maybe there's like a car down here that is examining the scene or something, I don't know. And it's right here. So it's like also like little ants, but I guess humans from seen in a mini scale or micro scale are oftentimes like ants in their way of going over the earth and everything. So we will continue to have detail here. Maybe that's in the crater or something. And let's just add a small amount of 3D here. Maybe too much. Let's use this one. And I said I want to introduce something here. I don't know if I have the time, but it's looking great, I guess. Yeah, it's for the time, it's great. And I will go, because it's not so much research, it's more like mining. That's how the scene turned out. And that's why I'm going for the black here, and maybe also using this and copying the grills here and use them to add some cheap detail. Is it right now? Yeah. Cheap detail for the excavator here, and have that at a dark gray or something. I might not even use that. I might just go with the detail. Okay. So it's uniform gray. It's mining down here. Perhaps have at least one of those tiles perhaps here. Does it make sense? Yeah, like at least here. Yeah. And that doesn't also look right. It's black. It should be black. And this is at a light gray again because it's so yeah, that makes more sense. And maybe I'm just adding random detail at this point because I know we're running out of time. And maybe have like one track here also in gray. Remove this and add really random detail because at this point we can't be too picky, and use this in dark gray perhaps. Let's make this orange and use this as the dark gray section, so it's not that dominant in color. Yeah, I like that. And also here, two of those to add additional height and depth. And again, one reason to use 1x1 bricks. And if I am correct on the time at the moment, we should hit the mark pretty soon, I guess. Or we already hit it because I'm having a stopwatch here, but I forgot to start it at the beginning, so yeah. Let's have it like this. Just looking for maybe what happens if I rotate that. Does it look more? Yeah, I like it more. Okay. And here, what could I attach here? Perhaps like this. But then it has... it's metallic color, but... Let's have it like this. And also the train perhaps in yellow. Oh, it's fine. Here something is missing. What do we have here? Some random... We need some randomness. Normally there's a technique called greebling. You would greeble away all that stuff, but yeah, given the short amount, perhaps I should introduce some tower here and then conclude the series. So kind of that one. Or yeah, and you see I'm already my head started and is looking for stuff that's a fez. Yeah, it's fine. I guess it's we'll call that our scene that we now constructed, and I guess I will render from this angle and have the antenna facing towards us to grab the additional detail like this. And also if I look at the render, we got some minutes. I will elevate this by one plate height, sorry, to have it be seen when rendering from this angle, because that's like a standard angle. And yeah, okay. We got some floating tile here, that's okay. And yeah, that was it. I'm calling it quits for the scene. It was a pleasure that you followed along, and I will render this now. And when the render's done, we will see again and conclude the scene. So I'm hitting render and see you in a minute. Yeah, and that's what we got in this roughly 90 minutes. So you have seen the picture already. I have not seen it yet. So yeah, I really like what I see. Um, to cover up, we got everything we planned out. Very basic. As I always say in the end, there are already things to improve. You would introduce more sophisticated parts here. I'm just copied over all these parts, but maybe have this piping in like a metal or some other color. You get the idea. But I'm really liking what I see. And also a bonus tip for this with Microscale. Usually, when I have the time, I like to introduce like an Easter egg or some funny scene, perhaps. Or I would have those blocks here and have like some alien life form that creeps up to tell a story or something. But I really like the boring going on here, the mining. Yeah, I think we managed to get a pretty good build. Thanks for sticking with me. If you enjoyed it, that's great. And see you in the next episode where I will pick another random thing. And you can always contact me either YouTube or in the Microscale the Go group on Facebook. Thanks for watching and have a great night, day, whatever. Bye.